Welcome everyone, today I have a new guide for Diablo 4. Now in this video, we'll be focusing on a particular character build with the Barbarian. And the focus of the Barbarian build will be the Whirlwind build. Now as you guys know, Barbarian and Whirlwind is like a match made in heaven, right? Usually when I try Barbarian, I always try the Whirlwind. So what I want to do is, I want to provide you guys with a summary of the build and also to go through the level 25 and also the max level 50 plus 15 renown. We'll go through both of the skill trees and also the codex of power. And there is a little difference between level 25 and also the max level, which I'll explain. So let's get into the video and let's see how we go. Now currently for the Barbarian build, I have decided to pick the basic spell for Frenzy for faster attack speed and also more resource generation. This is not max leveled. And the core skill will always be Whirlwind, and this will be max leveled. In terms of defensive skills, I was considering Iron Skin, Challenging Shout or Rallying Cry for faster speed. As for the brawling skills, I'll be going with Leap. And after that, for Weapon Mastery, I'm going with Steel Grasp to group the enemies together and also to apply vulnerability with some of the passives. Finally, as for ultimate, I'm going with a Wrath of Berserker because a lot of the Codex of Power and also skill passives will give me Berserk as well. And for the capstone, I will go with Unbridged Rage, which gives me more damage but spend more Fury, which I'll be focusing on Fury generation. We'll go through the Codex of Power as well as we go through the build, because both of the builds have similar Codex of Power for level 25 and also for the max level 50. We'll start with max level 50 first, and then we break it down with level 25. Now if you guys are wondering about the Diablo 4 builder calculator and also how to use it, I do have a video I just posted a bit while ago when I discovered this builder. It has the skill trees to a level 50 and also Paragon level, Codex aspects and everything that's ready. So make sure you come over to have a look at this video for any of the updates on how to use this one and how to build different classes and also calculate your stats and also your points and also prepare for Diablo 4. So coming over to our basics, I am thinking I don't need that many level Frenzy. I want better passives and also better stats in the later tree. So Frenzy, I'm going with level 1. Followed by that, we'll go with Enhanced Frenzy and also Battle Frenzy, just to give us a little more attack speed for more resource regeneration. We don't have to do this as well, but since you put in 2 points in, you might as well do the third point, right? So, as for the core skill, of course we'll go with the Whirlwind. Go with level 5 Whirlwind, with Enhanced Whirlwind, and also Violent Whirlwind. So this gives us more damage after 2 seconds of casting the Whirlwind. And this means we need more resource gain, more Fury gain. And if we spend a lot of Furies, we can also get life back in the later part of the tree. So, coming next to the defensive part. As for the defensive part, I was really considering between Iron Skin and also Rallying Cry. Rallying Cry will give me a movement speed boost and also resource regeneration, while Iron Skin is more defensive. So I can use this skill more offensively, while Iron Skin is more defensive. I decided to go with more offensive for the late game. And this is because this skill itself comes with Unstoppable. Unstoppable will provide my character with the ability to avoid any crowd control and also to get out of dodge with a lot of movement speed. And also will gain additional Fury with another tactical Rally Cry perk with 25 more Fury and also more resource gaining from the Rally Cry. Now coming to the next part, we'll be going to Brawling. Because I'm using a Cry, I want my Cry to last for longer. So I'm going with the 30% Cry increased duration, and also each time we cast Rallying Cry, we'll be gaining 3% HP per second. This is for 6.5 seconds. So we get about 19.5% of HP regeneration, which is really good. Save some potions, right? We'll be using Leap for utility, and Leap will also provide us with additional cooldown if we try to escape, or Leap will provide us with additional Fury if we get into the fray of the battle. Now we start to get some of the passives, and some of the passives offensively and defensively. So because I plan to go with a Berserker, Wrath of Berserker, so a lot of my skills will trigger Berserking as well. So here when we're Berserking, we'll get damage reduction, 12% damage reduction. And also when the Brawl skill damages enemy, at least one enemies will gain Berserking. So if you jump into the fray against enemies, you gain Berserking. And we'll also go with the movement speed. So the core, I guess the focus over here is spin like a tornado and also get a lot of movement speed from Rally Cry and also from the passives. So 12% over here. Now, as we keep going with Weapon Mastery, what we're going to see is I will be using the Steel Grasp to grab enemies together. And this allows me to debuff enemies with vulnerability and also allows me to gain Berserk for 2 seconds. Of course, I could go with additional charge, but it really depends on the playing style. And because I'm damaging enemies with Weapon Mastery, we'll be close range to the enemy, and also we'll try to slow the enemy, we'll do any of the crowd control against enemies. But if we don't have any crowd control, we can of course go with the increased damage to injured enemies. I believe injured enemies will be under 80% HP. Not sure if I have the exact percentage. And finally, I do want to get the exposed vulnerability. So by using the Steel Grabs, I'll grab enemies together, and then I'll use my Whirlwind to kind of spin out enemies and give them more vulnerability to increase my damage dealt. And finally, coming to the ultimate section, we're going with the Wrath of Berserker with all the perks. So here we gain the movement speed and also Fury regeneration. And then while it's activated, we increase the Fury Spin and also damage bonus. Now, one thing that is a little debatable is that whether I want to go with Unrestrained with increased Berserker duration and also bonus damage, or I want to go with Unbridled Rage, which increase my damage. So this is something I was thinking about earlier, because if my resource generation and also Fury is high enough, I can deal more damage this way. And if I spend a lot of Fury, I can be healing myself as well while dealing damage. So this is a good combination if I do this way, but at the same time, if I don't have enough Fury, I'll go with a longer duration of the Berserk. And you can see over here, we go with 1 point in Temper Fury and also 3 points in the Fury spent, which gains life at 100 Fury per spent. And finally, we also have some passive over here. Because we'll be using a two-hand weapon, we'll go with a 15% critical strike damage increase and also the increase of the overpower damage by 45%. Now notice that we have spent 50 skill points plus the 15 renown points. So all of the points are spent. Some of the points which were, optional for players is that you can consider whether you want the movement speed or you can consider whether you want bonus HP. So I also have some bonus HP over here. And finally, coming over to the Codex of Power. So when I was thinking of using the Iron Shield, or Iron, so it's this one over here, Iron Skin. So I was thinking of using Iron Skin, I was thinking of picking this one, the aspect of Iron Warrior, which will give me Iron Skin Unstoppable. But because I'm going with my Battle Shout, which gives me Unstoppable, which is over here, with the Rally Cry, because I'm getting that one, so I'm not getting this perk, but it is very optional for me. So, which will come to level 25, you actually see I actually picked this one over here, because for level 25 I thought I'd try the Iron Skin. Now coming back over here, I'll be picking Aspect of Might, which give us a bit of damage reduction, and we do attack quite fast. And after that, for every point Fury generated at maximum Fury, we'll gain Fortify. So it's a bit of defensive passive, and this will also allows us to, really make use of the regeneration of the Furies we have. In terms of offense, I'm going with the Edgemaster's aspect, which allows us to deal 24% increased damage when, based on the available resources casted. And if we have a lot of Fury, we actually gain a lot more damage. After that, we'll go with Aspect of Expectant. Enemy hit with the basic skill increase damage of your next core skill by, up to 50%. So we attack a lot with basic skill for Fury, then we hit a lot with Tornado, with Fury, with Whirlwind. We'll be going with Aspect of Astral Echoes. Now those two, this one and also the Aspect of Dire Whirlwind, those two are the core offensive skills we want as much as we can. We'll probably, make them on the two-hand weapons if we can. So this one, we have a chance of summoning an Ancient with up to 40% chance when we deal damage from Whirlwind, which is really good. And also for this one, Dire Whirlwind, it gives us critical chance and also, an increase in critical chance up to 20%. So this is going to be essential for the build. Now coming over to the resource generation. So because we're using a Battle Shout, we'll be gaining 2 Fury per second, and with 6.5 seconds, that's about 13 Furies. It's not bad. And after that, we go with Aspect of Unrelenting Fury. So if Whirlwind kills enemy, we get Fury refunded, and this allows us to gain more Fury. As for utility, we'll go with Relentless Berserk aspect, and this means if we damage the enemy with the core skill Whirlwind, we have a chance of extending the Berserker the berserking duration, and this is doubled when critical, which is really nice because we have higher critical rate just on the aspects of this one, the core whirlwind aspects. And finally, for mobility, we go with that if we crit, we increase speed, and this duration is extended. So the more crit you get, the faster you move, and you become a rolling ball of tornado. Now, I have not looked into the Paragon level because it's more complicated, and I do plan to do this after the beta. And that sums up everything, right? So let me know what you guys think about this build. Of course, there's a lot of room for adjustment. So you can see some of the spare points I've given to additional HP, and also am I going to damage against reduce damage from elites. And also over here, we have some points that we can adjust and allocate. And for example, here, if you want more berserking, or if you are not really hitting enemy with sleep, you don't have to go with this skill. You can go with additional HP over here, or you can go with reduction of crowd control if you find yourself getting controlled a lot in the late game. Now, because I know in the beta will only be level 25, so I did make a variation build over here for level 25. The biggest change is I'm thinking of trying Iron Skin instead of the Rallying Shot. And if I'm using Iron Skin, I will need the aspect of Iron Warrior, which gives us the Unstoppable when you cast Iron Skin. Now, it is a little more defensive though, I have to say. I'll have both of the links available for you guys in the description. Most of the other ones is just that we'll be trying to get to the Wrath of Berserker for the ultimate. And for the other skills, they're mostly level 1. The core skill over here will be level 5 for the Whirlwind. So it's very similar to level 50, but a little trimmed down without that many passives, and I guess without that many perks in terms of movement speed. I tried to get some movement speed, but we only got 1 right. So let me know what you guys think about this Whirlwind build, and if you guys do have a similar build, or if you have any ideas, do share in the comments and let me know so we can work on different builds, and also theory crafting for Diablo 4 for the Barbarian. Now, before you go, and if you guys didn't know, we have a new YouTube channel. So I just started a YouTube channel with my girlfriend yesterday, and you can see this is only 12 hours old, this YouTube channel. And if you guys haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe and check out the behind the scenes and also fun clips and also more stories about us. And then you get to know me a little more personally instead of just reading the news and also the games, right? So I want to share a little bit more with you guys. So make sure you check this channel out if you're interested about Matt and also Uni. She's really funny too, and she's really shy. So I want to give her a surprise and do a shout out for the new channel to get some subscribers. Thank you guys. I'll see you guys next time.